We're back with another episode.
Welcome back to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. We are back at it again. I was like, what are you doing? Back at it again. How was your weekend? Or your week?
My weekend, I spent working because I just love to work.
A raggedy job.
I'm in my Capricorn season, making money, laying down the law. Week was fun. Week was weird. I know I say this a lot, broken fucking record.
Yeah, seriously.
I worked like 6 days straight this week. I wanted to kill myself, so I'm tired, but life will go on.
Okay, yeah.
You can sleep when you're dead.
No, you need to sleep.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
You need to sleep while you're alive or you're going to be dead sooner than you think.
Here's the problem is that I'm so tired and I get home and I sit down for like 30 minutes and I'm like, fuck, I might as well get up and do something. What am I going to do? Just sit here?
No, the problem is you keep going out with your friends during the work week.
That too is a problem.
Right. So stop going out during the week.
I think that because everyone's on this dry January bullshit and it pisses me off so much for literally no reason. I'm like, oh, y'all want to do dry January? I'm just going to be fucked up every single day and show you that you don't have to do it.
But then you can't complain that you're tired.
I know. But it's not the drinking that's making me tired. It's the 9 to 5.
Right. So if the 9 to 5 makes you tired, why don't you have select days closer to the end of the week where you actually go out?
So I like to dissociate from my body completely, and that's what I do.
Because you have a solution, you're just choosing not to take it. That's what it is.
So you know what? The week was fine. All is well. My vibe right now is living life.
Well, awesome. That's good for you.
How was your week?
My week was very busy. For those out there who are approaching a certain age, I would just like to admonish y'all. I am not close to 50, nowhere near it, far, far, far away from it. I would like to admonish all of y'all to remember to go and visit your PCP, okay, which is your primary care physician. Go to them, get some lab work done, get your complete blood count, your comprehensive metabolic panels, your lipid panels, your hormone levels, check your thyroid, your TSH, all that good, your iron. Why am I saying this PSA? I found out I'm anemic, okay? And
yay, welcome to the club.
And my iron is severely low to the point where she, before I even could leave her office, she legit just called in like an iron supplement.
You should go get an iron transfusion. The supplements didn't do shit for me.
Well, I'm gonna try this new supplement that I saw on. It's evidence based on TikTok, and it's called Floridix or whatever. I'm not telling nobody else to try this. All I'm saying is I'm gonna try it and see what it does. So I have to go back to her in like 2 weeks to get my labs done. Again, to see where we are.
Every iron supplement made me nauseous and constipated.
That's why I don't want to do it.
It was awful. I think I had to get like 6 iron transfusions over 2 weeks when mine was really bad.
No, I'm not doing that.
And that shit is rough. First of all, I felt like I was in dialysis or some shit because you had to go in. All these other people are there like fucking sitting on the IV. You're sitting there. It takes a while. They slowly give it to you. You sleep the entire rest of the day. It takes everything.
Yeah.
And they're just putting some
iron back in you.
Some iron back in me. So I can't imagine what it feels like to get stuff taken out and cycled and pushed back in. But
yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to do all that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not surprised that my iron's low. I'm really not surprised because I'm colder than usual. And if y'all don't know, I'm always hot. Always hot. I'm the type of person, I will sleep with the AC on like 65 in my house with a ceiling fan.
It is freezing in here.
And another little fan on top of like my headboard. So I like to always stay cold, but like lately I've been just getting colder at nighttime versus colder. And I'm still colder in the day. Like I've had to turn on my heater a couple times.
Really?
Not my house heater, my little space one.
Oh, no, I'm the queen of freezing.
Yeah, you are. You always got a blanket somewhere.
Yeah, because I'm so skinny.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Well, you got to think it to believe it.
Everyone go get their heart checked too.
Yes.
Because, and I'm not the like, COVID vaccines are giving people heart problems.
No,
but
we're not saying that.
I do believe that COVID was fucking with people's hearts.
I agree.
And then I do believe that when you get COVID vaccinations, there's COVID in those vaccinations. Deactivated.
Allegedly. Mm-hmm.
And I just think everyone could benefit from getting their heart checked. There's a lot of people dying from heart problems right now.
That's very true. Well, you know what? Heart disease is one of the leading causes of death among women in the United States.
Yeah.
So people and because as women, heart conditions present very differently in us. So whereas for a basic heart attack, there's no such thing as a basic heart attack, but for a heart attack in a man, they may have issues with like on their left side, they get, a clenched jaw or like that pain that goes from their chest down to their leg. Down to their left arm.
Presentation that you can be like heart attack.
Right. But women, you could have pain in your back. You could have, pain all in different areas that are not associated with the normal common symptoms of an actual heart attack.
Or the women will always say like, I just didn't feel right.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, what the fuck does that mean?
Exactly. That's why I say too, getting your cholesterol checked is so important because your cholesterol has a lot to do with your heart health and blockages in your heart and things of that nature. So at least you know what your total cholesterol is, your triglycerides, your LDL, your HDL. Go and get those things checked. Also too, this week, I've been very overstimulated like the past couple of days. Like, how everything and everyone just annoys the shit out of you for no reason. Like but it's been like times 1,000 in the last like 2-3 days.
You're hyper.
Yes, I'm overstimulated. Like I went to go get my booty rubbed on, which was the highlight of my weekend and my week. And I was fine there. And then it was just like, ever since I left there, I've just been overstimulated. Like like everybody is getting on my damn nerves.
You should meditate. Are you a meditator?
I used to be. I got a lot of shit going on. I don't have time to stop.
30 minutes, all you need. 30 minutes a day. Guided meditation is the easiest for me. That's not how it works. Because when you sleep, your body gets to turn off so that it can rest. Your brain doesn't get to turn off. When you meditate, your brain gets to kind of switch off.
How often do you meditate?
Huh?
How often do you meditate?
Oh, I don't.
Oh.
I tried. I was really good about it. And then the pandemic happened and I was like, fuck this.
I need to go spend some time with Russell Simmons. That's really what I need to do.
I read that book. What is it called? Stress Less, Accomplish More. And it came with this guided meditation. And it was the only thing that would ever work is this damn guided meditation because I couldn't just like shut my own brain off.
Yeah.
But it was super helpful. Maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution to
TikTok helps me shut my brain off.
No, it doesn't.
Because it doesn't come to
Speaking of TikTok, I watched a TikTok the other day that was like this guy basically saying my brain is never unstimulated. Like I wake up, I'm on my phone, I'm listening to music, I'm listening to a podcast, I'm watching a show, or I'm at work. Like there's just constant stimulation all the time.
Yes.
I was like, damn, sounds like I need to go to an island somewhere.
But you know what it is too? I think because I'm no longer at the bedside, like you're used to hearing the beeps and boops and bops of ICU.
The beeps,
like all of you're used to hearing the telemetry going off. Mm-hmm. You're used to hearing code blues. You're used to hearing the ventilator going off. All of these different, like the phone blaring, fax machine. You're all this white noise in the background.
Machine. How old are you?
But the printer. Yeah. The printer. It's a fax too.
She's like, the typewriters in the back.
Yes, the 8-track.
The fax machines.
But no, I think because I haven't had that in almost a year and a half, like over a year. So everything is quiet in my house while I'm at work. And so I don't want to hear anything. So even my neighbor's dog starts barking and I'm like, shut that fucking dog up.
Your threshold's probably on the floor.
It's very low. It's like even when I go out, one person that just at a stop sign, God damn it, just go. Like I can't. I think I've just had too much human interaction the past couple of days, and that's probably why.
You need to go recluse. What's funny to me
I was going to say
is
something
always,
that was very inappropriate, but no.
What are you going to say?
No, I can't say it on the air. I'll tell you.
On the radio? Working at a hospital, working in healthcare, you hear... Like, did I send you that video where the guy's like eating my lunch and he's like a patient's yelling in the back?
Yes.
Help me!
Yes. And you learn to ignore that shit.
You ignore that shit all the time. And like, I don't hear half the shit going on in the world, but the second I hear a baby crying, it like pierces through every noise. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna, it drives me insane.
Shut that fucking baby.
Shut that kid up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I am with dogs. Shut the fucking dogs up. Why do I hear a fucking dog? Because like every time you get ready to take a nap, mysteriously somebody's always cutting grass. And it's just like, really? It's 7:00 at night. You can't even see outside. And all of a sudden you just hear a fucking leaf blower. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I've just been overstimulated. And I just need everybody to shut the fuck up. All right. It'll be better this week. But
now you just have to listen to me talk for an hour.
Very true. Well,
let's talk about something fun.
Let's talk about something fun.
Great. I'll just get it out of the way. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Where were you going to go? Sorry.
I just need to get it out of the way right now.
Okay.
Kylie Jenner released pictures of her child.
Oh, Jesus. Let's get a hand clap of praise for her.
How long have I been waiting for this shit?
Too long.
I would like to formally thank a dear listener of the podcast who alerted the media, aka me, that these pictures had dropped, and we got to know what the name of the baby is, which is Aire, A-I-R-E.
A-I-R-E.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's not what this is
dumbest name ever.
Okay.
Are you sure it's Aire and not like Airy?
Airy would make more sense to me personally. Yes, I'm Tia. Wow, that was my dyslexia on Instagram. Thank you.
She's an OT, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Very much for caring enough to tag me and let me know that this has happened, because I didn't even know. We got 3 pictures. He looks so much like Stormy. Did you see the pictures?
Why?
No. Oh, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay.
I don't care about them fucking kids. I don't care about them kids.
Look at this little guy. He's a baby. Cute.
Just like any other baby. It's a baby.
I think I liked Wolf more, but...
So now you're bargaining with the freaking kids. You're obsessed with people's kids.
So it's either Aire or Airy. Who knows, but...
Aire Barker. No. What's his last name?
Barker.
What's his last name?
Webster. Yeah.
A-W. A&W root beer.
Yeah. So Christmas came late or really early, however you're looking at it.
I cannot.
What did you want to talk about?
No, I was going to bring up Beyonce because we were going to start the show off. I thought we were going to start the show off very strong with Beyonce performing in Dubai for a... Have you ever been to Dubai?
No. You want to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to go to Morocco. I'd love to go to Dubai. I don't think I heard they don't treat women well, but they treat American women better because they think we're all sluts. So they treat you nice because they want to...
In Dubai?
Yeah.
Okay, I did hear something from like a couple of TikTok influencers, but they used to be YouTube influencers. Anyway, so before TikTok, they were talking about how there's these things in Dubai where women will go over there and the men will pay them a crap ton of money to defecate on them.
Interesting.
Yes.
Did you see that TikTok of that sex worker from Houston?
No.
Who went on a date with this guy? She's a bigger girl. She went on a date with this guy, and he the only request when they were at dinner was that she order a side of corn. She's like, weird, but whatever. Paid her like $500 to have dinner with him. She went home. He texted her, and he's like, you can say no, but I would love for you to come over and basically take a shit on my chest. And she made like $2,000 that night. She was like,
if
I'll
there's
never
any man out there in Dubai who wants me to shit on their chest, I'm your girl.
And I don't think
I'm kidding.
She didn't shit on him. She shat on this. It was like a glass coffee table, and he like laid under it, and she shat on the table.
What does that do for people?
I don't know. We're not here to yuck a yum, but
no,
I'm
not
so
yucking
curious.
a yum. But
I'm so curious.
I'm not even curious because that's.
I'm trying to think that there's even like a weird little thing that I like that I think is hot that probably is like, but like someone. It would be like someone cleaning out their ear with their fingernail or something, but like, no.
No, that's normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think everybody does that.
But I mean, everybody poops.
Yeah, but not on people. and the influencers say that the men want the women to poop on them. Or defecate on them.
That's some psychological shit. I would love to pick a brain. If anyone's into it, you don't even have to tell us your real name.
No.
Please send us a DM.
No.
Fake account.
It depends on how much money we're talking.
No, I don't want to do it. I want to know why they like it.
Oh.
Oh my God, no.
I'm jumping right in.
I am not.
You want me to poop on you? Pay these student loans off.
First of all, I'm chronically constipated and poop shy. There's no way that would work out.
I'm very regular, so it wouldn't have an issue. But anyway, back to what we were talking about at the beginning. Beyonce performed in Dubai over the weekend.
Allegedly $24 million. Because when's the last time she performed? She hasn't had a concert in a minute.
No, she probably when she was pregnant with the twins. No, she went on tour.
It's been a couple of years though since she's
Homecoming. No, she had the twins after Homecoming or before Homecoming. No, it was after she had the twins after Homecoming. No, before. I'm sorry.
I want to say it's been like 3 years.
I think Coachella. I think was the last performance that she did because she had already had the twins before Coachella because she
was getting her body back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was a hotel opening in Dubai, the Atlantis, and you know how they do it big over there.
Yes, they do.
So they got the Queen Bee. She came out of fake retirement and performed, and it looked like not even a regular. It was like the pyrotechnics were insane. She was floating over water.
Well, I thought that was supposed to be a very exclusive performance. That was the purpose of it. But then I saw video footage, so I was like, "Are these people going to get in trouble who are showing video footage or who leaked it?"
I wouldn't mess around with is Dubai.
Well, I did see
The Middle
that
East.
the way she dressed was to me, I felt like it was your usual typical Beyonce, but all of her dancers were completely covered. Arms, like
I would
arms,
say she
legs,
was
everything.
a little more covered than usual.
She was a little bit more covered. So
How tasteful.
Dubai was definitely like, okay, only for you, Beyonce. We'll let you show a little cheek every now and then, but then
But
the rest of your dancers
they
can't.
had a bunch of celebrities out there.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to videotape the concert, but of course people did. But
That's
did you see
crazy.
all the shit about the Tarte trip too? Tarte had sent a bunch of people out to the Middle East. Tarte, the makeup brand, they did like a influencer trip.
Yeah.
And they flew all of these people first class. It was like them and a plus what, like spent millions of dollars.
For what?
I don't know. Also, do they have money like that? That seems insane.
I mean, I think Tarte is a pretty big brand.
But they sent like 10 people out there, all flying first class. The flights are like thousands. Like,
They're gonna write that off.
I don't know. That just seems, but I don't know.
I mean, they pay those influencers a lot of money
That's true. Alex Earl, she was out there.
Yeah, they pay
30,000
them a
a post.
lot of money for stuff like that. So I'm quite sure they got it. Cosmetics is a multi-billion-dollar
So we
business.
missed it. Everyone was chilling in Dubai the last couple weeks.
You know, I do want to go to Dubai, but not why Beyonce's. Here's the thing about Beyonce that her people who like the fans of Beyonce. If I'm gonna spend money on a ticket, I only want to hear Beyonce, Janelle. What? Please don't email me in the comments.
Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter.
If I pay money to go and see Beyonce, I only want to hear her voice. I don't want to hear you singing next to me. I don't want to hear the person on my left. I don't want to hear nobody. I want y'all to shut what they call the fuck up.
Well, then that was probably the best bet to go to this thing because it's like not a real concert. It's like a very exclusive group of people who probably think they're too good to
Sing along to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally hate when people are like, again, Toni Braxton, I've seen her do this, and she's just like, come on, sing it. Come on. No, you sing.
That's what I paid for.
I paid for you
I
to
paid
sing.
for you to sing.
Let me tell you something. Mary J. Blige, Jasmine Sullivan, Brandy, Beyonce, I will never help you sing your songs if I paid to come see you at a concert.
Can I get an
you
amen?
Sing. Okay? I'm not singing. I'm going to stand right there, entertain me, make me laugh.
They're bringing you in.
Yeah, but I don't want Sharice next to me singing. I don't want Alyssa next to me singing louder than Beyonce. I want to hear her sing.
Did you just see Drake perform at the Apollo? Did you see all those clips?
I
So
don't follow him.
he did. It was like the B songs, like the deep cuts of Drake, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. But this is like one of the first times I heard him, and I just like all I could hear was the fucking auto tune. And I was like, this isn't even.
It's not even worth it.
It's not even worth it anymore. He's just talking to a microphone with auto tune. It sounds like fucking T-Pain. And
Hey, we like T-Pain.
is he this generation's T-Pain?
No, there will never be another T-Pain.
Thank you.
Never.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Definitely.
But anyway, yeah, Beyonce was throwing it the fuck down. Jay-Z was out there. Blue Ivy was on stage with her singing.
Blue Ivy, she looks exactly like her mother.
Spitting image.
Yeah, she did. She really does. Definitely. What were you telling me about Splash Mountain?
Disney has officially retired Splash Mountain and its racist undertones. And we'll be getting it. There was a, here's the thing.
It was a time.
It was a time. This whole country's founded on racism. So you're just supposed to not have fun. You're not supposed to go to the happiest place on earth and not get on a ride just because it has racist undertones.
Oh, I've been on Splash Mountain a few times.
Everyone's done it.
And every time you go through, you're just like, racist.
Dude, every time I get on It's a Small World, I'm like, this shit ain't right.
It's a Small World is the most
blatantly racist
ride.
shit I've ever seen.
And if you've never gone, well, it's gone now.
No,
it's still there.
It's still there. It's
Orlando.
exactly as it was the day they made it.
It is. Listen, the black people, all the people of color, it's racist. It's just
First
racist.
of all, the black puppets are
like they're like
pitch black,
like Sharpie black. It's ridiculous.
And then the Eskimo
Asian,
and the Asian puppets are like literally slits for eyes.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's
so toned down. So
and you're just sitting
down.
there. Dun, 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 dun.
And you're just riding through there like, why did I pay money to come to this bullshit again?
Every time I'm like, huh, interesting.
2023, that's really what we're still
they're
doing.
getting rid of Splash Mountain. It's old and they needed an update. And Tiana from...
Not Taylor. Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog. That was... Did I tell you I forgot my name the other day?
You need to go see somebody.
I know. It took like 3 minutes, dude. She's going to get her own ride. I love that movie. And that'll be fun because it'll be like New Orleans themed.
Oh, yeah.
The music will probably be great.
Yes, definitely. And I'm quite sure there'll be lily pads everywhere and little frogs and stuff like that. But the real, the person who actually played Tiana in Princess and the Frog, Anika Noni Rose, she actually got married over the weekend, like in real life. Sorry, I kind of made it lower.
Yay, we love a wedding.
A beautiful bride. Beautiful.
I want to see. How do I spell that?
She, Anika, Anika.
Oh, not like Onika.
No, Anika with an A. Anika Noni, Noni, Rose.
Noni, isn't that what you call a vajoni?
I don't know. She got a brown brother.
They look happy.
Her dress is beautiful.
Is he what is he? Hispanic?
He looks Southeast Asian, but I don't know.
Oh, I could see that.
Either Hispanic or Southeast Asian. He's brown. He's a brown man.
Nice brown man. She's beautiful.
Yes. I was so excited for her. I was like, oh, she found her prince in real life. That's so sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah. So
congrats to her.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you who else. Speaking on marriages, Carol Baskin.
Killed her husband, whacked him.
Exactly. Well, maybe not so much. So we may have to change the lyrics to that song because there was a report that came out. Actually, she said it herself in a 2021 live that she did, that apparently her husband that we thought was dead. And for those who don't know, Carol Baskin is a character, a real person in life from the Netflix hit show of Tiger King. And she was the antagonist.
What a world ago. What that seems like.
Hashtag free Joe Exotic. And so
that was, I feel like, the kickoff of pandemic life.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
Quarantine.
Absolutely.
Everyone was like, have you seen this crazy show called Tiger King?
Carol Baskin, that bitch. Joe Exotic is hilarious. But anyway, in the documentary, people believed, even his family, his daughters and his ex-wife believed that Carol Baskin actually killed her husband, allegedly.
Fed him to the tigers.
Fed him to the tigers.
Gators or something.
Yes, for the insurance money. And so apparently Homeland Security allegedly found her husband alive and well in Costa Rica.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know how true this is, but you don't come here for the facts.
If I was being, what is the word? Accused.
Yes.
Of murdering my husband, I would every 6 months bring up the fact that he's alive and well in Costa Rica.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, look over there. Look over there. I'd hire someone to go down there who looks like him and just walk around every couple of weeks.
But my thing is, he had to have faked his death in order for her to cash in on the insurance money because she didn't have a shit ton of money. It was all his.
No, but they never found it. Like, how does that work with insurance when they just never find a body?
I think that because the police actually declared him dead here in the United States. So it's kind of like double jeopardy. I'm kidding. But something like that.
She can't be tried again.
Yeah, he can't be dead twice.
Can't get fooled again. Yeah, that's insane. I wonder if it's just because no one, like, she's dipping in popularity and we just needed like a little buzz.
I mean, I can see that.
Like, are people still donating to the Tiger Fund? Does she still have the tigers?
I don't know, because she wasn't paying her staff.
We need a Tiger King too. If this culture, society, just as a group of people, if we've needed anything more, it's a Tiger King too.
Hashtag free Joe Exotic.
Is he still in prison?
Yes.
On his vegan diet?
He asked Biden to pardon him. He asked Trump to pardon him. He's been asking everybody. Sweet little blue-eyed, blonde hair, baby Jesus, please pardon Joe
We couldn't
Exotic.
get Brittany Griner back for a year. We're not letting your ass out of prison.
Well, as soon as she came back, he was like, "Hey, me next."
No, because wasn't it around the time when A$AP Rocky was in Switzerland?
Yes,
and he was like,
he begged again. He was like, "Hey, what about money?"
They're like, "You're on domestic soil, sir.
Exactly, like you're not in another country. You legit.
You also tried to kill someone, and we have proof."
Right.
That man is insane.
It's still a legend.
I will still be singing Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him.
Absolutely.
She just has crazy murderous bitch in her eyes.
Oh, absolutely. She's an insane person.
She has
There's no ifs,
hey there, cats and kittens.
Hey there, all you cats, kittens, and cats. It's Carol Baskin. Like, you can't tell me she hasn't murdered like 30 people at least.
No, but also I just
Allegedly.
think, and like, sorry to all the big cat people out there, anyone who owns an exotic pet,
You're weird.
the screw is loose.
You're weird. And the fact that you're just, I raised him from a cub. I can't believe he ate my face off. I don't know why. Like, these are wild animals. Like, my thing is, I look at it like this, because I think this is what's going to happen in the apocalypse part of it. I really believe that these aliens that we think, they're going to end up making humans their pets. Because my thing is, what if somebody came and plucked you up, separated you from your parents, from your family, and then was just like, hey, here you go. I'm going to feed you the same thing every single goddamn day.
I'd hope I ended up like a Gen Z pet, millennial pet. Where they like pretend you're their kid, and then they fucking pay for you to go to doggy daycare during the day and hang out.
I only
and
want to be a rich person.
They take you on dates and to bars, and
I only want to be a filthy rich wealthy person, because they'll leave their fortune to me.
Like your name would be Fifi or something.
Exactly, I'm cool with that. I'll have like my own room, my own TV, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
not chained up outside.
Have you seen those like the weird kinks where like people want you to act like their true pet, like you walk around on all fours and shit, or they want you to treat them like a pet?
What is it, like S&M?
I mean, I don't know, because it's not like the bondage part. It's like I want you to be an animal.
Y'all got to start going to therapy out there.
Unless it's like a humiliation thing.
I don't know. You just got to go to therapy. I don't know what else to tell you. You just need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy, because, what is it, my strange addiction? I can't. Ooh. That's weird. You want, man. Anyway, speaking of some other weird things, I don't know how many of y'all out there have Bank with Bank of America, but Bank of America they've been having a horrible week. Absolutely horrible week.
Anything named America right now, it's just not a good time.
Absolutely not. Except for America.
Ferrera.
Exactly. She's amazing. She's amazing. We are a stand podcast for her. Amen. But Bank of America this past week has had some issues where people's accounts have been going into the negative. And their Zelle has been acting up.
I cannot name a single thing that would fucking freak me out
more than seeing your account in negative. Like,
that's people's lives.
And especially when it's not supposed to be there. Like, you just got paid and your paycheck is like gone. Like,
like when they run your card and it gets declined, you're like, no, like I just got paid.
Like, I got money in there. What are you talking about?
Except for maybe you don't if you have Bank America.
Exactly, because even Usain Bolt allegedly was missing in one of his investment accounts. He was missing $12.7 million. He said that all he saw was $12,000 in his bank account. I would be shitting bricks.
I would livid.
And their customer service number, I guess, they were trying to contact the customer service, and it was like, due to unforeseen circumstance. I'm just like, sweet lamb of the Most High God. So yeah, I called people in my life that have Bank of America, and I was like, hey, you might want to check your accounts.
Dude, speaking of rich people who were owed money, did you see all the shit with Flo Rida and Celsius?
No.
Flo Rida, I don't know if y'all remember him. A couple great songs.
Quite a few. That man was hot for a minute.
Yeah, what do you think his most famous song is?
That's a...
He was, what were we saying, like 2010s was his time?
Definitely, because he came right after Pitbull.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. There were a lot of people named after places.
Only because we were listening to it earlier.
He's Boots with the Fur, right?
No. That's a... Shawty, hello. T-Pain. I was trying to remember the song.
No, that is him. It's him and T-Pain.
Oh, that's what I was like. I know it was T-Pain.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me hear you whistle, baby. Oh my God. Bangers. Anyway. This man has a catalog.
He really does. I was trying to remember it.
He was one of the early, the like energy drink Celsius. Yeah. Which, have you had one?
No, because I don't like energy drinks because they're bad for your heart, allegedly.
Except for all the cardiologists at the hospital are just like throwing back bang every morning. I drink one like every day, a Celsius. So
I think you should stop doing that.
I try not to.
Because of heart issues, allegedly.
I try not to drink it when I take a Vyvanse, but I need something. If I don't take a Vyvanse, I need something to like pick it up.
That should be an indication for you to take your meds.
But 2 p.m. pickup.
I cannot.
Any Hoosers. T-Pain was one of the early.
Florida?
God damn it.
It's okay. I'm here to help.
Flo Rida was one of the early ambassadors for Celsius when it was just like a baby company out of Florida. And he had never really made much money from it, he said. And he didn't really think about it. But I guess, as everyone else did, had some time during the pandemic to sit down and look at their shit. And he was like, damn, I really should be making a lot more money from the Celsius thing. And they were telling him, like, whatever products you're endorsing, they're not doing very well. And he's like, can't be me, Flo Rida. Everything I touch turns to fucking gold.
That's right.
Maybe you've heard of the song Low?
With T-Pain?
With T-Pain? Anyway, goes to court, wins $82 million.
Okay, here's my question. When people win lawsuits like that, how quickly
Is the
are they?
turnaround?
Yes, how quickly are they depositing these checks?
That can't be a quick turnaround. $82 million.
Does the company even have that? They probably have to liquidate some stuff.
Or like, is it a payment plan?
It's gotta be.
Or maybe he gets stock options.
Possibly, and he
That
can sell
would
them all.
be, yeah.
But 82. No, I'm quite sure they ain't got 82 million in stock like that. No.
Maybe they have like a
Sister or brother company or some shit.
like a date. Like you have to pay him by this date, or you have to have a plan set up by this time, or they just like have to go to court after this to figure out. I don't know. Are any lawyers out there?
Well, I mean, OJ still owes the family, so he ain't given to him in 20 years.
He did it.
What do you mean? If he was convicted, not of the murder, but I'm saying he was required to pay back Nicole Brown's family, and he still ain't paid.
Isn't that why all the money from that book goes to them?
Yes.
Dummy.
So that's why I'm like, that's been 50 years. Shit, he still ain't paying.
That is a good question. I don't know, because I feel like a bunch, even like the Amber Heard shit.
Maybe it's just in the
Didn't
settlement.
she owe Johnny Depp money?
Yeah,
he's never gonna get that.
Allegedly, yeah.
Or like,
I think
how soon does he get that?
I don't even think he wants the money though. I think he just did that just to prove that he was the innocent.
Yeah, like what if you go to court next year and then you did something and they're like, oh yeah, you have to pay them $50,000 and whatever.
Well, even restitution whatever your restitution value is if you commit a crime, like they usually give you a chance to pay that off, like a monthly
prostitution.
Kind of thing. Restitution, not prostitution.
Hearing the same
you can pay it a lot quicker if you're a prostitute, but
know.
A sex worker, aka.
I know. How do sex workers pay taxes?
They don't, because it's money under the table.
So nice.
You don't get a W-2 for prostitution. You don't get a W-2 for prostitution. You don't.
Makes sense.
They don't get to fill out a 1099. That's
probably for the best.
Yeah, you don't want any trail of that. It's illegal.
So here's my question. If you started a company, truly, this is a very honest question. If you started a company where your primary service was to shit on top of people, there was no sex, they pay you, you go over, you shit on top of their chest. Is that legal? It has to be legal. Why would it be illegal?
if you make it into a LLC or something like that, then you still have to give the government, or you still have to, I would advise you to put aside 35% of every transaction.
But that is a company that you could have. That's like a business you could have.
You can, because if you're not having sex with people and that's your business,
it doesn't matter what kind of pleasure they're deriving from it, because it's not sexual in nature for you.
I mean, I would hope you would put a front on the top of it, like how Mattress Firm does. It's a drug front for something. I mean, allegedly, I don't know.
A colonic business.
Exactly.
Hydrotherapy.
So, thank you. You got to put a front on it or something, because I think if the IRS see you just defecating on people, they're gonna be like, "Hey, defecating on people is illegal." And then everybody's gonna pay in cash. But everybody's gonna pay in cash though.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that charge. What's the charge? Dookie charge.
Dookies. It's called.
You're paying in dookies? Like, no, that's not.
Oh, he went to Dookies.
You know, there's a restaurant called Dookie Chases in
really?
But it's really amazing. Like, it's a staple in New Orleans.
Huh.
And actually, the owner of Dookie Chase, she passed away. I want to say she was like 101.
Oh my god.
Black woman, beautiful black woman, but amazing food. I had never been, but people said it's amazing. I don't eat seafood, so that's probably why.
Can you imagine sitting with your divorce lawyers and you're going through assets, and they're like, it looks like you spent $15,000 last year at Dookie's
for chest shit pies. Why do we always end up talking about bodily fluids on this podcast?
I don't know. Isn't it fun?
But anyway, congratulations to Flo Rida. And for those people who bank with Bank of America, I hope that y'all got y'all bank accounts in order and that
switch now. Yeah,
just because Jesus Lord, that's scary.
That's what's so scary about money these days, because like everyone has their money in a bank. It's all electronic. It could just be if someone hacked into that shit, they just wipe it out.
Well, it's the thing that they're trying to do now.
That's why I gotta get blockchain.
That's the thing that they're trying to do now anyway, where they're trying to turn over, like a lot of banks don't have cash. And so they're having this issue where they are telling people, well, I know you want 10,000, but we can only give you 5,000 a day. And maybe you can come back tomorrow and we can give you the rest, because they have to service the rest of their people. And cash, I'm not saying cash will be obsolete, but I think
the only reason we have cash is for dookie pies. Tax evasion and drugs and gambling.
That's very true. And prostitution. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's that's scary, because even a country went through that. Was it Sri Lanka? where they were protesting because the collapse of their economy happened. The president literally took a flight and just left the country, and all of their bank accounts were frozen, and they didn't have any money. And I'm just like, shit,
horrifying.
That's literally going to be the beginning of the apocalypse.
Yep.
But yeah,
what was I just watching? And I was like, I should get a gun.
You should. Everybody should get one. You better get it while you can. Well, I mean, NRA ain't gonna block shit, so you're good.
Not in this town.
Good. If you were in Canada, I'd say, you're probably not gonna get one. But yeah.
Here, we're still running wild.
And this is Texas, so come get them. They ain't gonna never.
Speaking of come get 'ems.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know.
Well, speaking of some issues, further issues with companies. So remember how everybody's like trying to launch into tech right now and just like, I want to work for Google, I want to work for Microsoft.
For tech startups.
Yes. So apparently there's been a very high turnover and a lot of layoffs when it comes to these tech companies. More specifically, and recently, Google has actually laid off 12,000 people. Jeez. Microsoft has laid off 10,000. What was the other one? Hold please. Metaverse and Facebook, they laid off 8,000 people.
Do you know what kind of jobs they are?
I'm not sure. I would hope it's not the engineering part.
Jobs. Because someone was telling me, and by someone was telling me, this could have 100% been a TikTok.
Salesforce, they released, they are about to shed 7,000 people.
That someone's job at Facebook is just to go through whenever you say like spam, they just have to go through and make like, they just check to see what that is. So it's like those kind of jobs? I wonder. Possibly.
I mean, but I think even some engineers probably got laid off too. I think they probably, because at the hospital that you are PRN at, that we both used to work at together.
My business.
Well, you said it already in the podcast. The hospital that I used to work at, that we used to work at together.
That place we met?
Yes. They, at one point, before you became an employee, they went through every department because they were cutting costs and trying to cut people's jobs. One person in our department who was like, she was a tech. And so they fired her, and it was between her and the office manager. And the reason why they wanted to fire the office manager was because they were paying her too much with regard to her benefits, because she had been there like 30 years. So she was like literally probably one of the highest paid in that department, I'm quite sure, when it comes to real true assets and benefits. But every department was suffering. They even laid off some nurses as well too.
Damn.
Because every department has to downsize a little bit.
When you get laid off, you get to get unemployment though, right?
Yes, you do.
Do you get a severance package?
Some companies do give you a severance as a nice gesture, but they are not required to.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's nice and kind to give.
How long do I get unemployment after I've been fired?
That is a question you have to ask your government. I'm not really sure. Well, according to people who for COVID, they've been on unemployment forever.
Dear government.
And Biden's like, you got to get back to work. We can't afford this. You got to get back to work. But yeah, so to all those people who are in tech, I mean, I pray that y'all can bounce back. I think once you have Google, Microsoft, Meta, Facebook on your resume, I think that's kind of like an automatic shoe-in. But again, who wants to keep restarting jobs over and over and over again like that?
That's true.
Yeah, especially at a certain price.
And to all those teachers out there that have been on their student loan repayment plans for God knows how long, check to see if your loans got forgiven. Because my mom's loans got forgiven.
That's amazing.
Which,
congratulations.
Blessed and highly favored, that one. I'm so jealous. It's ridiculous. But
well, now she can help you pay off yours.
That's what I'm. You know what? No, definitely not. But
God bless you to bless others, Miss Fowler.
You made this mess and you're going to clean it up. Meanwhile, she's the one that took out the loans for me.
Exactly.
She was like, yeah, no, you're fine. The school's paid for. You're good. I was like, wow, how
totally
great.
Fine. You'll pay it off in 10 years.
Yeah, but I guess they're forgiving people's loans for real out here.
Yeah.
Not like,
Not us.
Not us, but
we keep begging. I
just don't understand why working in healthcare is not considered a public service.
It is. But the problem is that these greedy ass hospitals are for profit, which again, in turns, the government needs to pay for hospitals. Because you have to be for profit if you're not getting government funds. The only thing they're getting is tax write-offs. So they get tax credit, so they don't have to pay as much.
Well, then why can't it be like I get a write-off every year of my loans for working at a hospital?
Because your company that you work for is for profit.
They get write-offs?
Yeah, because they're big business. You're not.
I'm just a little business.
You're a peon in comparison to the big game that they're playing. The big boy game that they're playing. But no, I agree. We should, anybody who works in public service, whether you're a teacher, healthcare worker, and that includes everybody who works in healthcare, from EVS workers to respiratory to pharmacists to secretaries, the whole night. If you work in any medical facility, automatic public service, and you should be forgiven.
I agree.
So yeah,
like God forbid I went and spent money to get this loan to help you people.
You people. Well, I can tell you what people I'm kind of pissed at a little bit. So in Iowa, these Iowa Republicans
hate Iowa.
Well, I've never been, but
Neither
don't plan on going right now, especially since the bullshit they got going on. Anywho, so some Iowa Republicans actually want SNAP recipients, which is basically EBT or food stamps. They want them to have to pay for their own milk, cheese, things of that nature.
Isn't
right?
that the majority of what that covers?
That's WIC. So they want want EBT to now cover the same things that only WIC covers, which is like your dairy products and stuff like that. But there are also some other things. It's like they introduced a law to ban SNAP recipients from purchasing cheese slices, crumbled cheese, white grain bread, flour, white rice, canned fruits, canned soups, baked beans, pasta sauce, and other common food items. And they basically just want SNAP to be able to only purchase the same foods that you can purchase on WIC. So, here's the thing. As a person who has used food stamps before, I didn't say that I got food stamps. I just said I used them. And no, I'm not going into detail. I have gone to Costco and Sam's Club, specifically Sam's Club.
Oh yeah, they'd never be allowed in Costco.
Yeah, no, Costco is too bougie.
It's a target of.
It really is. Sam's Club, I have gone in before and I have seen people use their EBT cards. And I'm talking about they got 2 carts full. And every time I go into Costco or Sam's Club, I spend no less than like $200-$300 by my damn self. Now I go once a month. However, I'm just like, you out here buying crab legs with EBT? That ain't fair. First of all, I don't like crab legs. So I don't care about that. All I'm saying is, who's selling food stamps? I'm kidding. I'm not going to ever buy
Dude,
that.
I want to say there was like a short period of time when my mama was on WIC. Mm-hmm. And that shit is like bare bones.
Yeah.
Milk, cheese, bread.
Yeah.
And if your mama wasn't on WIC, we are not the same.
I mean, I think WIC should be available for every woman who is pregnant with a child
and fucking applies for it.
It applies for it. I don't care what your income is. I think every pregnant woman should automatically get WIC benefits.
Especially if we're doing this anti-abortion shit.
And there's no formula. I mean, the baby comes after that fact, but I'm just saying.
I'm just like, daycare should be free.
Absolutely.
You should be allowed to, like, you should qualify for WIC just for having a uterus.
I think every student, I don't care if you're part-time or full-time, you should automatically get food stamps. Absolutely.
Or free food on college campuses.
Absolutely. There should be no such thing as a meal plan.
You know
and
what?
You still should be able to eat Chick-fil-A. That's
Yes.
all I'm saying, because I didn't get it.
Dude, in that movie,
I got fucking tater tot
we've been
surprise.
watching,
Nasty
that
shit.
show we're watching on HBO where they get the ration cards and shit. I was like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm getting a ration card.
And not man, let me tell you something. This is why I watch apocalyptic movies, because ain't enough protein bars in the world. But that's going to suffice us, because this is some bullshit.
No.
But I'll tell you what else is some bullshit. We got to go into it. We got to talk about it, because we're a responsible podcast, even though y'all come here just for entertainment. Piece of shit governor, specifically the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis.
Heard of him.
In the news this week, we have had a lot of issues with this bastard. And the fact that he has now he signed into law, banning advanced placement African American studies, saying that it is not valued educationally, or it's of no educational value to teach and learn African American history. I think in this time of the world, I think we have to stop being blind to obvious racism. And I think it needs to stop being, oblivious to not just people of color, but just white people, specifically white Republicans, who say, he's not racist. He's just saying critical race theory doesn't need to be taught, Like I've heard some.
But what does it matter if it's an advanced placement class? That means it's an elective. That means you're choosing to take it.
But the point is that he's banning African American studies.
No, I know. I'm saying critical race theory. Yada. If you don't want your kid to take it, they don't have to fucking take it.
Exactly. But also,
this
too,
is an elective course.
I think the reason, and we keep saying this all the time, the reason why people don't want critical race theory taught is because they don't want their children to see them in these pictures. Okay, the same way Jerry Rice picture came out, he's like, God damn, thought we scrubbed the internet
Jerry
with
Jones.
that. No, what I said? Jerry Rice. No, he's a black man.
I was like, wait a second.
Jerry Rice is not a racist.
Jerry Rice do?
Not that we're aware of. I'm sorry.
Not
Jerry
on this
Jones.
podcast.
No, Jerry Jones. He definitely is a wide receiver for football player.
He's in the back of this Klan meeting.
He's like, what? Fuck Floyd. Fuck 50 Cent. What I do?
I know what you're thinking. How did I end up here?
Definitely not Jerry Rice, but yeah, Jerry Jones. But anyway, I think it's absolutely insane that people will, like, here's the thing about African American studies. African American history is American history. There is no difference. And my thing is, if you want to ban African American history, let's do this, Ron DeSantis. I challenge you, kind sir. Well, you're not kind. You're a piece of shit. I challenge you, piece of shit, sir. Please go your day without using or utilizing anything that a black person has created. And let's see how far you get.
Peanut butter, popcorn, rap music.
Okay. You're not making our case very strong right now. Peanut butter, yes. But you can live without that. Okay. Do more. Your internet. You can't use that, kind sir.
Yeah.
You can't. Your cell phone won't be able to use that either.
There you go.
Your elevator can't use that either. I mean, yeah, you can use some stairs. And God forbid you got heart disease. But yeah, I just think, I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Hold on. I'm just warns that simply establishing safe spaces and renaming campus buildings does nothing to overthrow capitalism. What?
Are you reading evidence-based?
No. So they're saying that they can't have these classes because a lot of the like readings and writings are by people who support critical race theory that like they don't want to teach in schools.
Mm-hmm. Racism is what it is. I mean,
why?
I just really wish that we as black people really understood how powerful we really are. And the fact that you're trying to hide, again, American history. The fact that you are targeting one group of people and you are in this position of leadership, right? Which means nothing to these people. I just go to hell, Ron DeSantis. Like,
this is very much giving the vote came up and it got read and he looked up and saw all these fucking white people looking at him like, I know you're not gonna goddamn fucking say yes to this, and he said, absolutely not. I
think he needs to be impeached for that. I really do. He needs to be impeached.
I just if this was any other small group, like a minority group of people who went through something traumatic. If this was a group of Jewish people who were like, we would really like a class about World War II, the Holocaust, the Jewish culture and religion taught in schools in AP. If they said no to that shit,
yeah.
Oh my God.
He would be immediately removed.
Yeah, because it would just be like, how can you deny these people the chance to learn and to educate after all they went? Yeah. But it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. I think what's also ridiculous too, we also got to talk about this, Tyree Nichols. Have you heard the case of Tyree Nichols, which is another black man who
also, we wouldn't need to teach critical race theory if we just taught fucking...
There is no such thing as critical race theory. It
wouldn't be critical race theory if it was just taught and understood, and it wouldn't be this whole, whatever.
Here's the thing. Critical race theory is just as real as black on black crime. There's no such thing. There's history, and then there are lies. That's it. There's no such thing as black on black crime. If I punch Alyssa in the face, she's in close vicinity to me.
Excuse me.
I can't go and punch Oprah. She's in Hawaii somewhere or Chicago. And I could have a beef with both of these people. I'm going to most likely kill who I'm next to. I'm not going to kill you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for clearing that up.
Like, there's no such thing as black on black crime. There's no such thing as critical race theory. It is history. It is American history. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Period.
So you already have the class set up. Just fucking implement all the shit you've been leaving out. And then I wouldn't need to go and make this whole other curriculum for these people who would like to know the actual truth.
Because you keep banning books. I mean, even the... what is it? The book that I read?
Octavia Spencer?
No,
That's the only book you've read. Don't lie.
What is it? 24 Laws of
War and Power and Crime. 24 Laws of Power.
Yes. I think it's
24 Power Laws. Whatever.
24 Laws of Power. Anyway, they banned that from prisons. Why?
Because they'll rise up.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
it gives the people ideas.
Black history, African American history is just American history.
I hope there's a bunch of little clubs springing up in every school in Florida.
I hope so too.
And they're just all getting together and reading books by Black authors and learning about Black shit.
The thing is, what I find annoying is the fact that white people, especially racist white people, are always saying, y'all just make everything about race. Well, bitch, you just did by literally saying that African American studies cannot be taught in Florida schools. You made it about race. It's fucking American history. Like, can we just all agree that it's American history? No? Okay. Anyway, Tyree Nichols. Speaking of American history, that apparently keeps happening, and it's really annoying.
Repeating itself.
So in Lord Jesus, Memphis, Tennessee.
Ever been?
No, don't ever.
Will ever go?
No,
probably not.
Listen, we got enough hoods in Florida. I don't need to go to nobody else's hood. So in Memphis, this past or a couple weeks ago, there was an incident that occurred with a Black man. His name is Tyree Nichols. I think I'm saying his first name right. I think it's Tyree. And unfortunately, he was stopped for a routine traffic stop, as usually always happens. And the end result was he ended up in the hospital, pretty much beaten to death. And the unfortunate part is that the even more unfortunate part other than his death is the fact that these 5 police officers were Black. It sparked a lot of conversation on social media, especially with regard to how quickly the Memphis Police Department not resolved, but how they handled these police officers. So when they saw the video, the body cam footage, within 7 days of them seeing this footage, all 5 of these police officers were fired from this department. And now the public is calling for the video footage to be released. And Memphis right now, the city of Memphis is actually preparing for potential riots as a result of this body cam footage. What I feel like is happening is that police officers in this country, no matter what your race is, have a huge problem. And they have a problem with power. Number 2, I think for these 5 Black men who were once Black boys, for them to do that to another Black man is just as bad to me. I mean, if even worse, honestly, because the white police officers, we kind of expect that, not the Black ones. Like, let's just keep it real.
Because you see yourself in these people.
Absolutely.
Or you would hope that you see yourself in these people.
Well, this is what happens when you forget you're Black. And then you start wanting to do what the white people do. And you start demonizing. You will not be treated the same. Because look at how long it took for Breonna Taylor's murderers to have some type of justice. And it's still not even finished. Mm-hmm. And she's been unfortunately passed since, not passed, because they killed this girl. She was murdered. She's been dead now for what, 3-4 years? This just happened.
A couple months ago, didn't it?
No, this happened this year.
Oh, no, I meant with all the stuff with her.
Oh, yeah. But even George Floyd, how long did that take? I mean, Ahmaud Arbery, and they weren't even police officers. I mean, there was obviously a DA that was involved, but it's just, I mean, I think police officers, again, have a real hard problem with authority. It's like this kind of dangerous way of, if you question me, I have the right to take your life. I'm sorry, what? I thought you were a public servant, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Weird respect thing, like I'm wearing the badge, you should, and not that you shouldn't, because I feel like that job is very difficult and they're just another person and there's a level of respect, but A, it goes both ways, and B, I don't have to do shit just because you fucking tell me.
Hell no. That's not what wearing that badge is about. You're enforcing laws. There is no law that can't say that says that I can't talk to you any kind of way. I don't have to respect you. Do your fucking job. If you're gonna pull somebody over and give them a ticket and move the fuck on. All of this, do you know how fast you were going? Bitch, I don't give a fuck. You already caught me, so either give me the ticket or let me the fuck go.
But y'all just know you can't come at everybody like that, and they're crazy.
Well, and then when one police officer gets killed, then they want to say, oh, look at the crime against police officers. Really?
They're not all great. They're not all bad. They're not all great.
But again, the people who stay silent, You're just as bad as the people who actually commit the crime. So I pray that all 5 of these men, whatever the outcome is, I hope that y'all are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I really do. I don't care what color you are. You abusing your power in that way over anyone who is defenseless. 5 of y'all beat the shit out of this. First of all, if you saw the picture, the man is a skinny guy, right? When you saw him laying in that hospital bed on a ventilator with a tube down his throat, Emmett Till all over again.
Oh no.
That man was unrecognizable. What the fuck did this man say unarmed to y'all 5 black men that caused y'all to beat him to death? Like what? Y'all got...
How do you...
Jesus Lord.
I always wonder, how do you not stop? I've never gone into a fight.
Really?
Yeah.
I can tell. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
But at what point do you just say fuck it and not stop beating the shit out of this man?
Well, because you see your colleagues doing it and them getting, protected. And so you're like, well, my time to shine.
I guess.
And you keep forgetting you don't have the same privileges that these white people have. And they're going to tear your ass up.
I did have, I was in a patient's room the other day, and we were talking to the doctor who was in there, and he was talking about his son. He's a firefighter, but I guess now in San Antonio, they've all kind of worked together to where when there's a call out on anyone who has some kind of, it's like a mental, like either they're threatening suicide or it hurts someone else or whatever, that a police officer, a social worker, and some EMS person, they all have to respond to that call.
Which is what it should be.
Yeah.
Because I think you will cut down a lot of these killings if you have other people who are holding you accountable and who are there with you. If you have a social,
Well, and what he was saying, like, police are never there to de-escalate. They're there to fucking make an arrest. Like, there's a problem, and that's what their training is, and that's what they're there to do. The social worker's there because they understand psychologically, emotionally, how to de-escalate that situation. And the EMS person is there because they're usually also there talking to people and trying to figure out what's going on and to help that kind of situation.
And they're that medical component.
Exactly. Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting.
I mean, but I think that should be the goal, though.
Yeah, that should be the gold standard.
When it comes to mental health crisis, I think that the social worker should be the first responder, and the police officer should only be there for the protection of the social worker, but also to that person that they were called on. And there should never be a situation where you are pulling a gun on a person who is having a mental health, even if they have a knife in their hand. You got a gun. We talk about all the time, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. I mean, I'm not saying that this person can't charge at you, but you can back the fuck up with a gun. Shoot them in the kneecap. I mean, that's how they slow down zombies all the time.
I just want everyone out there to know, if I'm being chased by a zombie, do not shoot him in the kneecap.
No, don't shoot him in the brain. But we talking about people who are
real
humans.
People with real lives.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super sad.
So our prayers and thoughts are with the family and friends of Tyre Nichols and with the city of Memphis, because when they release that body cam footage, I'm quite sure we're going to see another Ferguson issue. But
can you imagine if we wore body cams at work?
We wouldn't have a job. And not because we're beating on patients, but because of the stuff that we say. I'm quite sure. Well, healthcare workers could never wear body cams because it's an invasion of privacy.
There would be no healthcare workers.
Yeah, no. But I think the stuff that we, like okay, the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not incriminating us. So you know how when you have a patient who...
How dare you?
I'm just saying, when you have a patient who's incoherent, and then you just start having a whole conversation
by yourself
over their head. And you're just like, yeah, girl, because I went to the mall. And this person is sitting there genuinely confused. And
but
we're
you're
just like,
you have nothing to say.
You have nothing to add to our conversation, so we're not even going to address you.
You don't even know what's going on. And I need to talk to somebody.
Exactly.
You're just like wiping someone's ass. And you're like, girl, last night, what I ate, didn't sit right.
It always happens in the middle of wiping somebody's ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would definitely, I think a lot of healthcare workers would not have jobs.
No, there would be no healthcare.
But I think if the public needed that to prevent things from happening, medical errors, mistakes, abuse, then I would have no problem as a healthcare worker wearing a body cam.
Right. I would just shut my fucking mouth and do my job.
Pretty much. Do what I was actually paid to do.
So it'd be as easy my whole body cam footage would just be like me walking back and forth in ICU looking for shit to do.
Or sit here on Amazon like, what is she putting in her cart again? That's ridiculous. Do we want to talk about Shannon Sharp?
Sure.
What were you telling me about Shannon Sharpe?
Shannon Sharpe was acting a fool courtside the other night. That's all I got.
You know what I think is amazing? Well, okay, so he got into it one of the...
Also, why? I feel like he just... Is it short fuse lately? What's going on?
Here's the thing that I think about Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is directing his anger to the wrong person. You ain't had that same energy for Skip. Skip came at you so many damn times.
Like, Skip, let me talk.
Listen, Skip called you everything but a child of God. He literally said, you ain't as good as Tom Brady. You a sorry ass football player. Fuck your mama, your daddy, everybody else in your family. Then he said, God damn it, Shannon, don't bring this up about the tweet. And you were just like, Skip, come on. Skip, God, no, I can't even say what I want to say. You were real docile when it came to Skip. But out on that field, or out on that court, when those men are at work and you talking shit, seems like there's some misdirected anger. That's all I'm saying, Shannon. You don't pay my bills. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, I'm just here for the entertainment.
I mean...
And the Grizzly-Lakers game, it was pretty fucking entertaining.
I just felt like it was sad.
I was like, how are you going to get on a... You're in the audience.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're not playing this goddamn... You're inserting yourself into this shit.
And my thing is, you were a football player. And as a Hall of Famer, you know better than to go to somebody's job talking shit like that. Now, you could talk shit all day. But again, when you start getting into it with players who are... Ooh, I just spit. When you start getting into it with players who are actively in the moment, that's a problem. All this heckling and bullshit, nobody asks for your opinion.
You know how adrenaline is when you're playing a game. And how you're in a different mindset. And the second you say some shit, like, yeah, he's going to say shit back to you.
Exactly. And you, I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Shannon, sit your ass down.
Sir, like, I know you think you're big and bad, but these kids are young and they're going to whoop your ass.
Give that same energy to Skip Bayless. That's
I would
all
love
I'm saying.
to see that energy directed at Skip Bayless.
Give that, you misdirected your energy. Give it to Skip. I bet you won't give it to Skip. I bet you won't act like that to Skip Bayless, though. Oh, okay.
He's having a tough week. Stephen A. Smith's having a tough week.
That idiot. Why is he on... Anyway. Why is he on TV?
This man said Beyonce is better than Rihanna, and the whole internet came for his neck.
I just don't understand where we... And it's black men. Black men are the
black
problem.
women against each other.
Sweet Lamb of God.
I don't think Rihanna's ever said anything about Beyonce.
What was it? Ebro? Ebro and what's the other guy's name? On...
Charlemagne.
No, not Charlemagne. Ebro, they're in New York. Fuck. I can't remember. It's the other station that kind of competes with Breakfast Club. Anyway, he was Marseille Martin and Kelly Rowland were on press junket tours for their movie that they did with Amari Hardrick. No,
was that big but not big? What is it called? I wish I was big.
No, she was basically playing him and controlling his body with Madden or whatever. Anyway, it was a cute little movie. It was super cute. You should watch it. Kelly Rowland plays her mom though. Anyway, so he was basically talking about. He was basically going around the table about how somebody could be better than Kelly Rowland. Kelly was like, first of all, me and Beyonce are like sisters. And so because she is who she is, that does not dim my light no more than who I am dims her light. Like we are both amazing bright lights that are shining in this industry and blah, 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 blah. Because people always love to compare and always love to say, well, you know, Beyonce and them, you know, just like stupid bullshit as if they didn't add to the Destiny's Child.
I'd love to listen to Cater to You right now and tell you that fucking Kelly and Michelle didn't eat on that shit.
I mean, but even on them by themselves, Kelly, first of all, Kelly's albums or her singles and her songs, amazing. She's an amazing talent. Even Michelle has a bunch of gospel albums. She has a beautiful voice. Mm-hmm. Beautiful voice. Beautiful songs as well, too. But to come out and say anything about... Rihanna is getting ready to perform on one of the biggest stages. She's already an international superstar. And for your pushback hairline ass to say some shit about Rihanna, talking about she's Rihanna, but she ain't no Beyonce. And she's not trying to be Beyonce.
Also, they're both better than you ever fucking will.
Thank you.
Shut the hell up.
You probably couldn't even get into one of their damn... Rihanna is my sister. Not talking bullshit like that about her. Like, why? If you're talking about Rihanna, why is Beyonce's name coming up at all? Well, she ain't no Beyonce, and neither are you, bitch.
Well, and then his whole thing was, it was my management team. That's who sent it out.
Please.
Someone that. Well, then I'll say sorry and shut the fuck up. Don't do this whole other thing.
He said it on the Sherry Shepherd show. So what are you talking about your management team, sir? We don't give a damn about them tweets. You said it again. You literally sat on a couch with Sherry Shepherd and said, Rihanna is a great entertainer, but she ain't no Beyonce. Oh, I did it in a joke, Steven. Steven. No. And I hope the Navy continues to eat your ass up. With whoever fucked up your hairline. Anyway.
Also, I cannot wait to see this televised Rihanna concert. Ooh.
It's going to be an amazing show.
And she's post-baby sexy. Come on.
Everything. Rihanna's just an amazing entertainer.
She just like knows, especially with all the Fenty shows, she just fucking knows like how to keep your eye moving, but it's all cohesive. And I can't wait.
I feel like Rihanna, Beyonce, Tiana Taylor, Missy Elliott, those 4 women are like the epitome of creativity when it comes to visuals.
Yeah.
Like Missy Elliott to me is like the queen of visuals. Like the fact that in an industry and in a time where technology was not where it is now, and what she was able to accomplish with her music video. I mean, that's when music videos were actually out and had a budget. I mean, to a $1 and $2 million budget just to do a video with Missy, like it was absolutely insane. Nobody still is touching Missy's visuals. Yeah. Nobody. Amazing.
DJ, please.
I mean, who just her oh Lord Jesus, that girl's brain is just amazing.
How do people's brains work like that? I always think about that.
I don't know, because I'm not creative.
I'm not that kind of
I can duplicate what you do, but I can't start it. Just saying. What have you been watching?
Excuse me.
You've been coughing a lot. You better not.
The allergies. It's my allergies.
Yeah, you keep saying
and
that.
I went to Sophia's on Friday, and she's a cat, and it was not good for me. That's what this is.
All right, that's what it better be.
You're going to tell me after 3 years I get COVID? That's some bullshit.
Hey, listen, you're the only one going out.
That is true.
Unmasked.
That's probably... She doesn't know that.
We see your Instagram stories.
I pull it down for the pic. Right back up.
I don't even see it on your ears.
Dangling.
That's all right. Every time you leave, I Lysol everything down, including myself.
I think there's holes in my shirt. Keep my arms down. It's been a hard day. I've been watching that show, The Last of Us, on HBO.
Yes.
Holy moly.
Apocalyptic royalty. I love it.
So my brother's been talking about this show for like months, and he's my little brother, so everything he says, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
So mean.
Whatever, doesn't look good. Because he said the words video game, and I was like, I'm not fucking watching this shit that's based on a video game.
Yeah.
Dumb, lame, boring,
I didn't even know it was based on a video game until after I saw the first episode. Yeah.
Well, he made me watch it in like 5 minutes. I love Pedro Pascal. That's all he had to say. He could have just hooked me there, but it was so good. I don't even like apocalyptic shit that much, but
I love apocalyptic.
I'm invested. It's so good. It's now like the highest rated show on IMDb.
Yeah.
Above Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and all that shit.
It's amazing, and I was just like, after I watched the first episode, because I found myself yelling so much during this, especially in the beginning with the daughter, and I was like, yo, the dog don't want to go home, okay?
When they
don't spoil it.
Okay, I won't spoil it. This is like, you'll see in the first 5 minutes. When they were like driving in the car, and then the car crash happens, or even before that, they kept having these scenes where he's standing there trying to talk to her, and I was like, will you fucking move?
Literally.
The world is going to shit around you, and you're standing there trying to be like, hey girl, like, no, come on.
Everybody wants to have a stupid love scene during a zombie apocalypse and shit. Everybody wants to sit here and rationale everything, and I'm like, do you not see this thing moving towards you, and you want to have a full-fledged conversation? Shut up and run. It's the cinematography is awesome.
Yeah. The script is great. The acting is amazing.
Because before I knew it was an actual video game, I was just like, damn, this is some great writing. And then at the end of the first episode, they do like the wind down thing, and they were just like, yeah, we tried to make it very relatable to the game. And I was like, this is a game? So of course I went to TikTok, and then they started showing like the comparison of the actual game, and I'm like, who's playing games where they have a whole episode of information?
I had no idea that video games were like that now.
No.
Like, it's like I don't know, like a virtual movie you're in and
I'm
playing.
sitting here like, where's Mario and Luigi? Are they gonna pop out at some point?
Crash Bandicoot shit.
Are you gonna get a flag and then end the episode and then come back to the second?
Also, that girl is British.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, the Brits are coming over here and just fucking. I don't even know who's
They're
who and
taking
what's
all
what.
our jobs.
They are taking all. This is why people are so upset about immigration. I get it now. They're taking all of our jobs.
For the Brits only. For the Brits.
And I can't tell who's who and what's what.
That's very true. Those sneaky bastards.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching. It's really good.
That's cool. I saw. I'm sorry. Anything else you've been watching?
I was gonna say something, but you know what? It's just left me.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Okay.
Well, what I have been watching, this movie called RRR, literally, and it stands for something. But anyway, it's a foreign film. It's an Indian film, like India, Southeast Asia, India. Not Native American, but anyway, this movie is 3 hours long. Now, if y'all can sit through Avengers, you can sit through this.
That's still why I haven't seen Avatar. I'm not sitting.
No, I'm definitely no. I still haven't even finished the first one, so I'm definitely not gonna.
You know what? Movies are $7 at Alamo Drafthouse on Tuesdays.
Who's going out on school nights?
I'm just saying, if you guys want to go see a movie like Avatar, I would only go if I could pay $7, and that's on Tuesday.
Nah, if I can watch it at home, that's probably the only way I'll do it. So I can watch it at home.
So you can like take a lap,
pause, and go to sleep, come back. And figure out
pick it up again.
Exactly. So this movie RRR, and I'm quite sure it stands for something else, but anyway, this movie is based in India and it's amazing, and it basically tells or details this guy who is important to this particular culture, and so it's a tale of two guys. One guy, he's like more of like the everyday 9-to-5 type guy. Of course, the British have come in and taken over their land, which we know, fucking racist people. Anyway, and so they basically are making them do everything for them, right? Like enslave them, kind of, sort of. And so they have a military, and there's another Indian guy who's in the military, and he has a particular mission that he's on that he has to fulfill for his particular people, his tribe, and things of that nature. But the Indian like culture, their traditional garbs, their songs, their story, it was just an amazing, beautiful movie, and it was on Netflix.
How did you come across this movie?
I kept seeing it in like my recommended parts or recommended movies for Netflix, and I was like, you know what? It's Friday night. I ain't got shit to do. I'm gonna just watch this movie, and I am so glad that I did. Like, just beautiful, vibrant colors, y'all. I'm telling you, the singing in there, absolutely amazing. I wish I knew what they were saying, because it's like American or English subtitles on top of it. Yeah, so it's like a English talking on top of it, but it's not bad. Like, their mouth is not moving according to it, but it's not bad at all. But it's a beautiful story. There is some kind of like Indian porn in there, like slave porn. No, not that kind of porn, like Indian slave porn. I take it back. Yeah, and so with regard to, again, the British who come in and take over their land. So very similar to, white people going, or the British are just horrible people. Anyway, because
the last Indian Bollywood movie I watched was called The Duck.
The Duck?
Like DAHDUK.
Oh,
I don't know, but that shit, I think it's Heartbeat.
Oh, cool.
Shit was fucked up. Y'all make some crazy ass movies.
They do, and I mean,
because it was like cutesy love story, and then at the end you get this fucking like a twist. I'll tell you that.
So I think it just says, the film was just called RRR. I was trying to see if it was called something else, but every R is different, because they had one that was like fire, and another one of the R's was like water. Another one was like air or something like that.
Avatars.
So, yeah, but it's
Maybe I don't know.
But yeah, it's called RRR.
If you know anything about that and you want to tell us, we will listen.
Yes, it was a great movie.
Huh, I could watch that. I love a song, love a dance.
I also watched the Miss Cleo documentary on HBO Max.
Loved.
Which was absolutely, if y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go and watch that.
Why was Raven Simone a part of that? Did she make it or something?
Just because she was gay and black. I don't know any other reason.
I was like, is it because that episode of That's So Raven where she like pretends to be Miss Cleo?
I think so, because they also had Deborah Wilson on there who played Miss Cleo on Mad TV.
Yeah.
And so
they're just getting everybody together.
No, but they actually gave really good interviews though. They really did. And the only reason why I say it's about the gay part is because Miss Cleo was gay. So and plot twist that came later on in the what you call it. But anyway, she was a big advocate for LGBTQ rights, especially in South Florida. So, but that documentary honestly just made me feel so bad for her. Like, the fact that these two white men, they ruined her life. But the thing is, she had no control over her likeness, over her image, and over her name. And they literally exploited this woman and didn't even pay her. It's one thing to be exploited and paid, but it's another thing to be exploited and broke.
What you're not gonna do is use my name and likeness and not pay me for it.
If I'm gonna let you exploit me, please believe me, I'm gonna be paid for that exploitation. Okay. And it was sad. It was so sad, because the whole thing that happened, everybody was like, "Oh, she's a fraud. She's this. She's that." And it's like, it's not her. Like, she was paid to do a job of being the face of these infomercials. And behind the scenes, there was a whole company that was behind her. And it was just like, she unfortunately became the face of it.
When they detail the way that they hired these people that because you would see Miss Cleo, like the show.
Right.
And then you'd call into that number. You'd never get Miss Cleo. You'd get all these people who were just hired off the street to keep you on the phone for as long as, but like that
they were charging $5 a minute.
Icky.
Yeah.
But also, because like the only people calling these numbers are desperate, you know?
Well, I think too, and this is an unpopular opinion. I think we as a society have to take accountability of how gullible we really are.
Yes.
Because you cannot blame someone coming in saying, I'm a psychic. I know everything. They're infomercials, number one. But also,
the people didn't have the internet back then like they did now.
Understandably. But even in the church, you knew a false prophet. If you came and you called Cleo one time and you were like, you got a boyfriend that you're dating, that you don't need to be dating. And you're like, no, I'm gay. You're off. Click.
Yeah.
Why would you go and ask her question number 2? You know what I'm saying? Like, I do agree with you because technology was not there. I think if Miss Cleo would have came out now, she would have been canceled in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
someone would have made a TikTok like, I called Miss Cleo and this is what happened. I knew her from here.
First of all, the employees would be like, I'm not getting paid enough. This shit is fake.
It's just them at work recording themselves on the call.
I'm telling this person, I see a bright future in your future.
He's like, what's your last name? And looks him up on Facebook real quick.
Exactly. But I think even for the people who knew her, because they were questioning her legitimacy of being Jamaican and her accent and everything. And they were saying that at one point where she was in Seattle, how she was around all these black people and she never talked with a Jamaican accent. But I'm like, I don't think y'all understand people from the Caribbean, because there are a lot of people who are from the Caribbean who never speak in their actual native tongue or their accent around certain people. They can turn that shit on and off, just like people from British people. They do the same thing.
Yeah, they
can speak in an American accent or they can go into their native tongue. Or
it's
whatever.
Like Drake. Sometimes he pretends to have that weird Jamaican accent, and sometimes he doesn't.
You mean shit? What's his name? Hank? What's Lord Jesus? What's his name? The boy who pretends to be Jamaican. Forrest Gump's son. God damn it.
Forrest Gump's son.
Who played Forrest Gump?
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks' actual son.
Yes.
I was like, did Forrest? What are you fucking talking about?
Jenny's son. Chet. Is the name Chet? Chet Hanks.
Shit. Yeah. Is his name Shit? Yeah, it is.
Chet,
his name's
like
Shit.
Yeah, because he's literally impersonating.
And he
Jamaicans.
thinks he's black.
Somebody done told him wrong. Your mama and daddy is pure white, Aryan white blood. But anyway, I just felt like it was such a sad way for her to like go out, because even the lawsuit, when I found out that the only reason why they even included her was because on one of the very aggressive collection letters, they forged her signature, and so that caused them to actually bring her into it. And the reason why she was the face of that lawsuit is because of her signature. Now, after they did a deep dive into like the finances and all that kind of stuff, once they asked for her records and like her bank statements and stuff, they saw that she was not profiting at all. None of that shit was even in her name. And they were like, okay, we can't continue to prosecute you. But at that point, all the damage had been done. Yeah. And I'm like, she owed, a bunch of money to lawyers and stuff like that. So I'm like, she really wasn't a fraud, because she did practice,
the voodoo that you do.
her version of spirituality. You know what I mean?
But I wouldn't say it's my biggest fear, but it's like one of my daydream fears, that I do something silly or like do a silly lie or a bit and it gets picked up and I become famous for it. And then I'm like, you're in too deep. You got to keep it up.
Don't do it.
And then it's like 12 years later and you've had this whole life that's all a lie, but you were like, I couldn't stop.
Listen, if they come to me, I'll be like, this bitch is lying. We did a podcast.
You're going to be on the documentary 12 years later.
Absolutely.
I always said.
She was always weird. We talked before the show. None of that shit was real. She did not talk like that. Trust me, I got footage. She ain't do all that.
That's like Elizabeth Holmes. Did you ever read the book or watch the documentary about what is it? I want to say Thanos, but that's not right. And I want to say Kronos, but that's not right.
No.
The girl who did the blood test that was fake.
The blood test?
What is? Yeah, she was she got all these people to invest in her company, and she was going to do like at-home blood tests, and like a blood test, basically a machine in like every CVS, so you could go get blood tests done there and not have to go to the doctor.
That just sounds
Theranos,
weird.
Is that what it was called?
That just sounds off. See what I'm saying? We got to stop being gullible.
But she would talk in this...
Me included.
Theranos, that's what it was called. And she got all these people to throw millions of dollars into this company, and everyone that worked there was like, the technology was never that, the machines never worked, it was never gonna work. But she would speak in this weird deep voice.
Yeah.
And it was fake, and everyone knew it was fake, but she wanted to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
And so,
well, look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson didn't talk with that high
little
voice
baby
for real.
voice.
Yeah, no, he actually had a very deep voice, and he talked to that baby voice to preserve his vocal cords. And he said that multiple times, and you can hear his regular voice in some songs. So, I mean, but the thing is, too, the reason why they were saying that Miss Cleo was so relatable, and the reason why she was able to pull the wool over so many people's eyes is because, again, you look at Black people and culture, like in the Caribbean and in Africa, you see that there are certain religions and certain cultures of people who do dabble into, you know, working with the dead, voodoo, hoodoo, things of that nature, with regard to their spirituality. And so, you know, you got this big Black woman coming in with this Jamaican accent. Of course, you're going to believe she actually talks to the dead. Yeah, I know it. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. And it's like, no, well, I mean, she might have. And it was amazing because all the people that ended up helping her during that time were all white. And one of the ladies was just like, yeah, it was amazing that she could pull the wool over the eyes of white people, but not Black people, because we would have been like, bitch, that ain't real. And I was like, that's not a lie. That's definitely not a lie. But yeah, you know, but it was a really good documentary. It was a good documentary.
Yeah.
She
HBO knows how to fucking do a documentary.
They do, but they also had her in the documentary, like giving her take on certain things. They never confirmed whether she had Jamaican descent at all, which I'm like, she could have been, because I'm like, all the white people said out of all the years that they've known her, she's never not talked with a Jamaican accent. That's a hard lie to keep up.
But you do it if that's your whole that's what I'm saying. Do you understand why I'm so afraid of doing one stupid thing and then you have to roll with it for the rest of your life?
Are you afraid because you have multiple personality disorder?
Yes.
So
who said that?
Is this really Alyssa? Long as you show up for the podcast, that's all that matters.
Long as she's the one who's here.
That's it. That is it. Anything else in the well, let's go to the Rehab Corner real quick.
I am wheezing like a mug.
Yeah, you really are. You sound like you got a smoker's cough right now. All right. What are we talking about in the Rehab Corner?
Listen, I know I come on here every week and I just say some bullshit, but I just need an outlet.
That's the only reason why we created this podcast.
Why I just need to talk to someone about the things that go on my day-to-day life and my job that I really think trauma bonds us to other people.
Absolutely.
But also because of the amount of trauma that we go through on a daily basis. It's just like, just another day. You don't even think about it till you sit down and you're like, no, that's not right. All that to say, these old ass white men in this hospital disgust me.
What are they doing to disgust you?
I go to see this patient. I call the nurse. Can I see this patient? She was like, listen, he's super mad, wants to go home. We don't think it's safe. He's trying to discharge today. We're trying to get him to a sniff or something. He's saying he wants to go home. Even if he leaves, we're going to have to call APS because he's not safe to go home. So he may work with you, he may not. I was like, great, perfect. Last patient today.
It's always the last
patient today. I walk in there, sweetest man. Hi.
Are you the one that's going to let me go home?
Basically.
They love
I'll
therapy.
do anything you want to see, right? Covered in piss. And I'm like,
geez.
Fuck, dude. When people are covered in piss, I'm like, I can't leave you like this.
Yeah, no. You're obligated.
I'm obligated. I don't know if the urinal spill. And I slipped in it when I didn't even tell you that. I walk in the room. I hit the where your foot just comes out from
You're
here.
like, what is this on the floor?
I see. I was like, it's fucking piss.
This is why, as a healthcare provider, you do not ever wear your sneakers in the house.
Amen. So yeah. Oh God. So I clean myself up. Then I go to get him. We're cleaning him up. And I was like, you know what? Let's go to the restroom first. Because I had to see his toilet transfers and stuff. Cleaned up everything. He wasn't super wet. I was like, let's go to the restroom first. We'll get back in here. I'll clean everything else. And then we'll sit and get dressed. Takes off his socks. Cleans his socks. And he's just like talking. You know, they just love to talk.
Yeah.
Telling me about his twin brother. And how his mom's psychotic. Yada, yada, yada. We change his gown. We're done with the session. He starts laying back in bed. And he's talking about how his stepdad was a doctor. Mind you, I'm barely paying attention. I'm like, I'm trying to get these units, dude. We're almost at 23 minutes. Let's fucking get out of here. And I'm just thinking about how I have to Clorox wipe my shoes.
Yeah.
And he just starts saying, yeah, and because my mom, and she was a little psychotic too, and she couldn't even be in the room when my dad circumcised us, and that's why, actually, here, I'll show you. I am circumcised. Fully pulls his gown to show me his dick. Oh my God. And I'm just standing there like, What the fuck is my, like...
Why is it that lately patients are trying to show you
Why does this keep happening to me? What is it in my face that says, please show me your circumcised penis? Sir. So I literally take his hand in my hand, like bring the gown back down. I said, sir.
Don't touch me.
Get your fucking pencil dick out of my face. I do not get paid enough for this.
Oh my God.
And he's like, see you later. I was like, see you later.
Did you discharge him from your service?
I should have. I didn't.
Should have. Let somebody else do it.
That was too much work. That was too much work. Like, yeah. Well, and the thing is,
continue OT services.
Would love to see him again. Put my
Male
name by
therapist only.
Alyssa only. Not Alyssa is what I should.
Right, not Alyssa.
You know how sometimes it's more work to discharge him than to
yes, because case manager be like, can y'all come back and see him again? Like, no, he flashed his penis at me.
And the crazy thing was that I literally thought nothing of it. Nothing. Until I was sitting in the office later and everyone was kind of like asking, like, you know how everyone, this is what it feels like to work at a hospital. You meet up in the morning with people.
Yeah.
You like have some ha-ha hee-hees. You go off and all do your own thing.
Yes.
You reconvene like 4 hours later and everyone,
tell your
and you
stories.
just download your stories and other people. So everyone's kind of talking about the shit that they dealt with that day. And I was like, yeah, this guy showed me his dick. And everyone was like, what?
Mind you, this is a different patient from last week.
Yeah, this is a different altogether. And they were like, what the fuck are you talking? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's pretty fucking weird, right? That's pretty traumatic.
Yeah,
you just forget that shit's not, like, people are just kooky.
That's what I say, like, as a healthcare provider, you're so used to that stuff that it doesn't phase you, and you can come back to the office and say, oh yeah, this guy flashed me his circumcised penis. And nobody looks at you weird. But when you're not at the bedside anymore, I'm like,
mind you, if I had been out and if I was like, hey, I was at a bar and some guy flashed me his penis,
it's weird.
You'd be like 911 immediately.
Exactly. This weirdo just flashed his penis. Your Honor, officer.
But as soon as you're in a hospital and they put you in a dress, anything goes.
You're just like, oh yeah, and you just tell the nurse, anything weird happened? I mean, he showed me his dick, but that's about it.
She's like, oh, you too.
And they're just like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Like, it's not weird in a hospital setting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, men will sit there and play with themselves in front of you.
And you're just like, okay, anyway.
Do you have steps? Be like, hey, cut that out. All right, Mr. Johnson, let's pay attention
now. The worst is when you go in the morning and they have morning wood. And I'm like, I know you have some stuff to deal with right now, but I really got to get these units so we can just cover that up.
It was always funny working with Audrey every time. She's just like, especially the hard of hearing men, and they're trying to use the urinal. You're just like, just use the bedpan or just like pee in the toilet. And they're like, no, I want to use the urinal. And she's like, put your penis in the urinal. And the whole ICU hears you say, put your penis in the urinal. She's like, get that little fella in there. And I'm like, oh my God, Audrey, you called his penis a little fella.
My issue these last couple of weeks has been like, these men will put them in the hospital scrubs because they don't have clothes.
Yeah.
And when I go in to get them, like, because you know how it's like, there's the slit in the crotch of the pant.
Yeah.
But it's also like sewn.
Right.
So it's just a little hole so you could whip it out and pee. But they're just like fully hanging out of that little slit. And I'm like, how do we,
Yeah.
Because I can't just be like, hey, sir, your penis
is out. They're just like, hey, they've seen everything else. Siri just, oh Lord.
I'm like, how do you not feel that? There's an obvious breeze in here.
I mean, even when you get a patient up and then their ass is just out, and and then you have the whole like medical team that's outside, like his butt cheeks hanging out.
Or
like,
when they're sitting in shit, and you're like, how do you not feel that you're sitting in shit?
I know your booty got to be itchy. I know your booty is burning right now.
I have fucking questions.
Yeah, anything goes, as you can clearly see in the hospital.
But anyway, yeah, that was my week. So,
well,
that's how you get my kicks now.
Okay, well, retirement sounds really good right about
Every day I think about it.
We've been so crazy busy at work this past week. I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to hear the beeps and boops and bops of Microsoft Teams. I'm sick of it.
Beeps and boops and bops.
It is not the same. And then you're just like, what are y'all talking about? Why do you keep like, y'all, I don't think y'all understand how much I hate texting. I did not come from that life as a millennial. I hate to text people. All the dings and shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. I hate it.
Only text me, preferably, so I can ignore it and not feel as bad. There's some kind of deep guilt I get when I see my phone ring and I ignore it versus the text message that I will ignore.
But I will do that all the time. I'll be like, call me. And when you call, I'll be like, I'll call back.
But I call you when you tell me to call you.
I do.
All you have to do is send a text. My brother is the king of, he called me, I didn't answer. Oh, that must mean she is, just didn't hear it. I'll call 6 more times back to back.
I hate people like that. I won't do that.
And I told him the other day, I was like, one day it's going to be an emergency and I'm going to ignore your ass like I do all the other times. And you're really going to freaking boy who cried wolf.
But see, I leave voicemails. As long as your voicemail is set up, I will leave a voicemail. Hey, it's Monica, come back.
You do that.
So at least you know what I'm calling for.
All I need from you guys is a call and then a text directly after. Hey, this is for real.
I'm not going to do that.
Also, my friends do this cute thing where they'll FaceTime me and then right after they'll be like, no, I meant to do that. Pick up the phone. But like it wasn't an accident.
I hate people who FaceTime me don't ever FaceTime me because I know 99% of the time I'm looking, but don't do it.
If I answer a FaceTime from you that was unprompted, A, I love you. But B, I think you're dying. Like, I think I'm the last call. I think this was like a Hail Mary shot. You're either on a game show or in a ditch. This is like the one bar of service you got. You called me. I'm answering.
My best friend does that all the time. She will like randomly FaceTime me and I will purposefully not answer.
There is no
I call her back.
For a random FaceTime.
I will call her back and I'm like, did you mean to FaceTime me? She's like, yeah.
Every time.
And I'm like, why can't we just talk on the phone? Well, I just wanted to FaceTime. Okay, well, you're gonna either look at my ceiling or you're just gonna not see a screen because I'm not coming on that camera. I'm not doing it. Like I just hate stuff like that. Like I hate to be on the phone for 30, like texting for 30 minutes when we can just talk for 2 seconds.
That's why you got a BM.
No, well, I mean, I do that too, but everybody in my life unfortunately doesn't have Apple, so I can't do that with everybody.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're making me not use my features. Androids. It's not that I think Apple is superior. That's just what I got right now. Okay. And I want to be able to use my features, but I can't because your bubbles are green. So
and I don't think they'll ever do it because this is why people buy iPhones. But if they could get it together to where my group messages could not do that annoying shit where I can't name them because of the Android user in the group.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could leave a group with Android people. And I'm pissed off that I'm stuck in this stupid ass group, especially when I'm not even supposed to be in here. And then I got to just delete and block all y'all for a little bit until y'all shut up. I hate that.
Seems like a lot.
It's too much. It's too much.
But anyway, yeah, I'm tired. We got to go.
Yeah, we got to go because this episode is already long enough. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much.
You heard the girl. That's all. That's all we have to say to you people.
That's it. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't get it, you just didn't get it.
If you don't know, now you know.
Y'all have an amazing week on purpose. Y'all remember to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget to laugh your face off.
What is wrong with you?
We're tired. Sometimes my lips be moving and my tongue is not caught up to it. And I just be like, whoa, wait a minute. Too fast, too fast. Hey, did you guys enjoy this episode? If so, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, including
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. New episodes are released every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.